different.
All good? Cool. Thank you guys for coming. We're going to kick off with Alex from UBC.
Hi, Jeremy.
Hi.
A big win for you on Sunday against your rivals. What's the feeling being like, and how was it being part of that win, particularly a performance like that?
Yeah, especially the performance, I think. But I just enjoyed the whole night. Also, the preparation up to it, like me personally, but you can feel it with everyone. They were excited to play that game, coming back from international break. So the energy was good already, and I think you could sense that from the crowd in the stadium, but also from the team. Like the way we played and the energy we played with and the passion, I think, spoke for itself. So still the feeling is great, and we have to take to tomorrow.
Another really impressive performance from yourself. It's been a really good season for you. You've been one of Arsenal's standout players. How well do you think you're playing yourself? Is this the best football of your career?
I don't know about that, but I'm just trying to get better every time, every game, every day. But I think it's also the environment I'm in, the culture we're having here. I think everyone is trying to push each other. We have a big squad, so also we have to push each other, but we're also trying to win something, right? So I think I'm in the right environment to develop myself and become the best version of myself.
And this is another big game, the second one in a week where you have three big sides to face. First v second in the league phase of the Champions League. Does this feel like a big Champions League night, Bayern Munich under the lights at the Emirates?
No, it definitely does. Even if it wasn't first or second place, I think Bayern Munich is a big club. They have a great team, great players, great coach. So it's going to be a tough game either way. And I think two teams that want to press, want to play. So I think for the fans, it's going to be an exciting game as well.
Damish?
Hi there.
Hi.
I'll give you two quotes, okay? We're going to try and guess who said this.
I have to guess who said that?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Jurgen Timber is the best fullback in the league at the moment.
Maybe my mom?
You probably find it's quite far removed from that. That was actually Gary Neville. And the other quote is, one player who's gone even beyond the high expectation is Jurgen Timber. He's a special player and a special guy.
That's Abs. Yeah.
What's your reaction when you hear people talk about you in that way, and have you exceeded your own expectation?
Yeah, good question. I think it's always nice to hear. Like compliments are always good to hear, especially if it comes from a teammate like Abs. And what I said, I think it's also the environment I'm in. It's like it makes you want to go harder, play better, also for your teammates. And I think we're having a lot of fun in and out training, and it's not just on the pitch but also off the pitch, and I think that's important. At the same time, playing for a big club, when everything goes well, it just comes with it as well. People start to say nice things about you, but sometimes, like within a season, also even within a good season, sometimes you have some bad moments, and also then people will say stuff, and so it's also, I think, important not to get too much attached to what people say outside. But what I said, it's always nice when people say nice things.
Just picking up on that, the bookies have got Arsenal as the outright favourites to win the league, and maybe even have an even more special season with the other trophies that you're competing for. How do you shut out the noise, and what role does Mikel Arteta play in that?
Well, I think Mikel, he leads by example. I think, obviously he loves a win, but the day after he's already focused on the next one. So we just roll with that, and what I said, he leads by example. We just follow him, and he's so on it in that sense of like focusing on the next game, that also you don't have too much time to enjoy the last one. I think that's important, and the culture and the environment I just talked about, I think he created that, and he doesn't let go any day on that, to be honest.
Charlie?
How pleased are you, but not just you, but you and the defence are getting recognition? Because when they get winning teams, normally people just talk about goal scorers. First of all, how nice is it that you're being recognised, the back four, the keeper, and B, obviously Bayern are playing ever so well, and how confident are you that your team can keep Harry Kane quiet at time?
Yeah, that's not going to be easy, of course. I think it also comes with the clean sheet we were having. So after a couple of clean sheets, people will keep talking about how good the defense is, but I don't think it's just defenders. If you look at Epps' performance the other day against Tottenham Hotspur, I think he scored 3 goals, but defensively he was amazing as well. So I think it's the whole team that's just trying to step up and do a bit more. Also because if you have an example, Big Gabi, he's out, and everyone knows how important he is for us. And at the same time, you also know as defenders or as a team, you have to step up, and a big player like him goes out of the team. So I think it's just everyone taking their responsibility in defending and also attacking, and together then we go from there.
What do you think of Harry as a player, as a striker?
I think he's an amazing striker. Everyone knows that he has so many qualities. He's been doing it for such a long time already, and now at Bayern München he's also being one of the best players in the world. So it's gonna be a nice challenge for us as a team, as defenders, to stop him tomorrow.
I think I'm right in saying in your last season with Ajax you played mainly in the centre of the defence. Now we're seeing you link up with Bukayo on the right and playing so far up the pitch. How would you describe the success behind the evolution of your positions since moving to Arsenal?
That's true. I played a lot of centre back when the centre back position when I played for Ajax. But I've always played at multiple positions already. So when I came here, I played a lot on the left back position as well. So just trying to adjust and trying to understand what the manager wants from me. It doesn't matter what position, and just trying to understand the game, because then it's easy as well for me to play in multiple positions. And then now after I came here, obviously I got injured, and now I've played a bit more games on the fullback position on the right side. So it also comes, I think, with games and spending time with the players in front of you. I think last year as well I played a lot, but Bukayo was injured, and maybe Ethan was playing there, or Martinelli was playing the right side. So also with just having games and with playing with the same players a bit, it comes easier.
You wore the armband when you were playing there as well. Mikel told us at the start of the season that they held a vote, and that Martin Odegaard won by every single vote. So as a former captain, why did Martin Odegaard get your vote?
Because Martin is another example that's for someone that leads by example. I think everyone looks up to him in the way he does his things and the way also he performs every time he's on the pitch. But if he speaks, everyone listens, and I think he's the obvious leader for us.
Simon?
I saw you were talking recently about when you came back from injury and you put on too much muscle. A lot of us would be an enviable thing to be too muscle. What was sort of the situation that led to that? How did you change it when you came back? Sort of trying to do something.
Obviously, when you're injured, you're in the gym a lot. So my body, if I'm doing a lot of, I was talking, I think, about my upper body, and when I'm in the gym a lot, my upper body goes quite quick. So I try not to do it too much, but it's also like here at Arsenal, we have some great coaches here, and I realized that already very quick when I did my ACL, that the physios and the strength and conditioning trainers are amazing. So they help me with that, and I don't have to think about it by myself, luckily.
And I saw as well you've also taken up Pilates.
Yeah, that I like to do, yeah.
You did, and what was the sort of reason behind that, and how did it help you?
Yeah, also a recommendation from Arsenal. That's something I do here, and I do it every week, and it's just part of my routine, something I like to do. That's more core done and a bit of stretching as well. Yeah, just something I add to my recovery, I would say, or just trying to stay fit, you know.
Sam?
Do fans always look forward to posting Bible verses on social media before games? What's the process by which you choose them? Is there a meaning behind which particular game you have one lined up?
No, I don't have one lined up, but it's very different every game, to be fair. They just come to me as I'm speaking to teammates or to the people around me, close to me, or family, and then I just come up with one that fits for that day by myself or for the game. So it's very different every time, but just trying to bring the world into my thoughts as well.
Are you conscious that the fans kind of now wait for it and look for them when they come, and
They do, yeah. Because the other day I think I almost forgot, and I got a lot of messages. I was like, "Where's the Bible first?" So it's quite fun, yeah.
Isan?
In terms of McCarthy's system, then with the fullbacks, what are the kind of areas when you're playing fullback that you have to kind of keep in mind? Because obviously the way he plays can be very different to other teams across the league. So what are the kind of nuances with that position?
The differences in the positions?
Yeah, between like a fullback for say Arsenal do Arteta compared to a regular fullback.
Oh, that's a lot. To be fair, when I was at Ajax, there was already it already made me think in a different way, I think. But when I came here, this obviously is another level, and I think if you look at a game of Arsenal, I think you can tell it's like there's a lot been asked from you, but I think it's fun. I enjoy that process, and I think it makes me better as a player and as a person. Helps me to understand the game better and think more about the game, and that's I think a good thing.
And in terms of obviously the clean sheets your team has already most of the season, physicality is a part of it too. How important is the physical aspect, the height that you guys have got in terms of intimidation and just physically strengthening the opponent?
Yeah, I think very important, but there are so many aspects in the game that are important and that come together and then eventually help you win. But definitely the physical aspect is a big thing. I think we are a physical team. We play physical as well, and we just trying to win our duels. But I think it's also a mentality we have in our game, and something we can always fall back on.
Hi, Jerry. Manager mentioned last week, obviously with the loss of Gabriel, he says that the team's lost its leader in defence. Is that something you feel you can step up now and be one of the people that really sort of takes the initiative?
Yeah,
in his absence?
Yeah, I think we have to, because I think the manager's right. The presence and the leadership Big Gabi brings is something massive for our team. So what I just said as well, I think as a team, as defenders that are playing in that moment, whoever it is, I think you have to step up and maybe bring a bit more, and that's what we're trying to do.
And obviously playing against Bayern teams, 1-4 out of 4, you've won 4 out of 4, not conceded, they're the top scorers. How much of a statement would it be to get another clean sheet and win against a team like that?
Yeah, could be a big statement. I think just winning from Bayern Munich is I think a big thing. Whether they conceded a lot or not, I think they're a good team. They're tough to play against, so I think it's the same for us. So it's going to be a good game.
Hi, Julian.
Hi.
Arsenal fans are convinced that no wins are able to get the better of you. Tomorrow you're facing Marco Elise. How do you prepare for a matchup like that?
Just like any other matchup, to be fair. Every week, every game, there's someone again that's very tough to defend, and luckily I'm not on my own on the pitch. You do it as a team, and just trying to be aggressive and always focus on my defensive part first, and then my attacking as well.
And Bayern are in superb goal scoring form, but you guys are defensive on another level this season. Do you guys tell yourself that you guys are the best defenders in the world, or just think you stay humble and just approach the game calm?
Yeah, you say it right there. It's just staying humble, approach the game calmly, but also aggressive, And also, I think Sunday was an amazing game, but there's so many things still, for me personally, that I can do better. Defensively, but also in attacking, and that's the same for the team. So we're just trying to find those things every time again, and we have to get better as well, because I think there's still like a level to reach for us that needs to be reached.
Hey, you are one of the few members of the squad that are open about their Christian faith.
Yeah.
I wanted to ask you, how important is your faith to you, and what sort of things do you and the other Christian members of the team do? Do you pray together? Do you pray for games? What sort of things do you do?
Yeah, for me it's a way of life, my faith, and I try to live by it. We pray before games, with the team, because we have some Christians in our teams, which is amazing, and I think it brings unity and understanding, because you kind of live the same life, and then it's not always as easy. So those conversations are good, and I think it's an amazing thing to have in our team.
Staying on the topic of your Christian teammates, your relationship on the right hand side with Kai Saka just continues to improve. I want to ask you, what is your relationship like with him, and what sort of things have you done on and off the pitch to make that connection even stronger?
Yeah, we have a good relationship. Mukai is a great guy. I think he has a good relationship with everyone in the team, because he's a likable guy. Everyone likes him, and he's a kid of the club as well, and he's a fantastic player as well. So it makes it easier for me to play with. So yeah, sometimes we hang off the pitch as well. And what I said, I think the whole team together on and off the pitch, we are great together. I think the energy and that togetherness and the unity we need to use and bring on the pitch as well.
Did you know that Arsenal fans now call you guys the Bible Brothers? Did you know about that nickname?
No, I haven't heard about that one. No, I like it though.
The last two, because Mikel's just arrived at Samu and Davides.
During with the best defensive record you have in the Champions League, I wonder how much Harry Kane came into the conversation in the pressing room as a former Spurs player, trying to stop him scoring at the Emirates when he scored previously in 6 okay.
Yeah, I think when you face an opposition where Harry Kane is the striker, I think he's a topic, and you discuss him as defenders because he's one of the dangerous players. And but what I said is just as any other game, we discuss their players and the way they play, and this, for tomorrow that's the same.
Final question.
Right.
When you think about the excellence the defense has to reach, what do you think is the secret there?
I think it's unity, togetherness, being aggressive, and also the responsibility to be at your best, and it's for everyone, I think.
Perfect. We'll end it there. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
You might want to be far. Mikel's just coming in, so.
Thanks, Julie.
Thanks very much. Cheers.
Good afternoon all, hope everyone's well. We'll kick off with it as live and then we'll go into a 10:30 tonight. If we're all ready at the back, we'll kick off with Alex from the BBC.
Hi, Mikel.
Hello.
Big win against your rivals at the weekend, and Julian said you can still feel the energy around the place after that win. Can you still feel it?
Yes, I do, and we have to make sure that we carry that energy tomorrow again to the stadium, to each individual, and I will play with the same, again, dominance, aggression, efficiency against that top side.
Gabriel Martinelli and Noni Madueke were back on the bench. Are they in contention to start tomorrow? Are they still available, and are we going to expect any new players back from injury in the squad?
Yeah, they are, and we're going to have a meeting now to decide as well on Martin. He was very close for the previous game, so we are hopeful that tomorrow he can be in the squad as well.
Victor Gyökeres and Kai Havertz weren't out at training today. How are they progressing in their rehab?
Really good, both of them. So in the next few days, again, I think they're going to have a repeated scan to see how everything is and where we can push them or not for the weekend or the following game.
This is the second big game in this week, the one you said you prepared for. How are you going to approach this game against Bayern Munich? Will there be squad changes, or you could look to take the momentum from that win against Spurs into this match?
With the same intention to win it, we made a really good preparation again, a really show one, but I think very efficient as well. We know the importance of the match. We are in a really strong position. We want to maintain that for sure. And we know that we have a beautiful and very demanding game ahead of us.
Bayern Munich first v second in the league phase of the Champions League. So much attacking talent in their side as well, players like Harry Kane and Michael Olise. Are you looking forward to the challenge?
For sure, and this is the kind of game in the competition that we want to face, and we've been very consistent in both competitions, as you mentioned. They've been as well, and tomorrow is a great test for us to see where we are.
Darmesh, Sky.
Hi.
Just reflecting again on Sunday and that atmosphere, I know you're talking about connection and synergy quite often in your range here. Is that the best you've experienced, that 90 minutes before and after as well?
It has to be one of the best for sure, and the atmosphere and the energy was created as well just before the game. I think it was excellent, and it makes such a difference. The players were talking about it. I hope our supporters realize what they bring, the joy, the confidence, the energy. to the players, and we have to maintain and improve that constantly because it's a massive superpower that we have.
During this season, on a number of occasions, the question that's been asked towards you is about set pieces. So in the spirit of fairness, all 4 of your goals were from open play on Sunday. Did you allow yourself a little smile, maybe just as you're about to do now?
For me, same value. For me, it doesn't change. Everything is part of the game, and in relation to the opposition, you play how they defend and the options that we have to be very efficient in all departments. I'm upset that we didn't score on a set piece because I want to score on a set piece as well. I'm upset that we conceded a goal. So yeah, it's been at our best in everything that we do. That's the aim.
A lot of clubs around Europe will probably view Arsenal as the toughest challenge in European football just now. When you look at Bayern Munich, in the context of your season so far, is this the biggest challenge so far?
Well, every opponent brings different challenges. Obviously, they are in a great moment. I mean, the level of consistency they show in results, performances, in every metric that they have, it's very, very impressive. We know that, but as well, that's a massive opportunity as well for us to show what we are capable of.
With Vincent Kompany in the away dugout, you know him very, very well. You coached him when he was the City captain. Did you always feel he would make a good manager? I know might be an obvious thing to ask because he was captain of such a big football club, but there are different qualities that are required from captain to manager. Did you notice those qualities then?
Yeah, my feeling was that Bini was going to be excellent at whatever he chosen to do. And I'm very happy that things are going so well for him because he has such a presence, intelligence, love for the game, work rate. So I knew whatever he was going to touch, he was going to make it really good. So I'm not surprised at all.
Thank you.
Tom, quick one.
Hi, Mikel.
Hi.
Game 1 of 3-1 this week, really tough week, of course, of games, and it coincides with you bringing back quite a few of your players that were out injured. Can you just talk about the extra challenge when you're reintegrating players in a week where the challenge is so high, the level is so high?
Especially because they've been out for a long period of time, 6, 7, 8 weeks, and that's quite a long time. But to be fair, when I see them training today as well and how willing they are, all of them, to play a part, to start ideally if they can, is great. So they seem to be in a good place. We have to manage that because we have a very demanding week and opponent. But the other day we managed to bring none in, which is great to see, and the rest are ready.
What is that challenge like when the players are so keen to come back from injury and there's that real energy that they want to get back onto that pitch, and how do you kind of temper and calm them to say, you know, we know what's right for you and we need to introduce you in the right way?
Well, we have to look at the individuals, obviously, and make sure that they are ready if it's to start a game like this. And the second one as well, for how long they can play. We need to be very mindful as well how many of those players we put on the pitch, because most of them, they're not going to be able to finish 90 minutes. So we need to be conscious about the subs that we need to use, how we're going to use it, the windows that we have, in order to be very efficient with our decision making throughout the game, and we will plan in regards to that.
Simon, Evening Standard.
Mikel, you're going to have some big selection decisions now when you get these players back. For example, being obviously Abrece literally just scored a hat-trick in the position that Martin normally plays. How do you sort of see that battle, and is it something that you enjoy when you're going to have a decision between two players like that competing for the same position?
I do, because the priority is for the team to be as efficient as possible and to win football matches as a priority number one. And then we're going to have to deal with those situations. Players are going to have to merit to play, and the higher the standards each individual puts in, the higher the level of the team is going to be. So we're going to have to live with that in a really positive way, because it's something extraordinary for the team.
Is that the sort of message that you want from literally Raya in goal to whoever plays up front? Every position in the team is being competed for?
It is, and it has to be, and thanks God that we have improved the depth of the squad and the quality comparing to previous years as well, because it's going to be more needed than ever. Football this season comparing to last season is already different. 2 seasons ago is a different league, and we need to be conscious of that. Like the other teams, the other squads in the league are built in the same way, nothing different.
Harry Bibbs, you ready?
Hi, Mikel. Can I just ask you about Gabriel Heinze? Obviously, he's joined your staff, and from the outside looking in, he looks extremely passionate, great energy. What would you say from a technical aspect he's brought to your coaching staff that I'm not saying you didn't have before, but what are his specific qualities?
Well, his experience, he's a winner. He's won in many clubs that he's been at. He had a very different education as well. Obviously, we know each other for 23 years. I'm very close of that. That brings something extra. But that level of passion, Gavi probably shows us in a way, but Albert shows in a different way, or Molly, or Nico, or Iñaki, and everybody that is around. So it's great because at the end, what I'm really happy is that we complement each other really well, and everybody brings a different insight, different character, different personality to the table, and that makes us a much better team. It makes me a much better coach as well, which is the intention, to have the best resources to give to the players.
And it's great to see Gabriel Jesus back on the training pitch. We've all seen the videos online of him sort of putting the ball in the back of the net. Is there any idea when you think he'll be ready to be a part of the squad again?
Yeah. He's quite close, to be fair, and it's earlier than we expected. In the next few days, he's going to have another step to make with a game that we're going to organize for him, and after that, he's just going to be knocking on the door because this is Gavi, and we knew that was happening.
Daniel, benches.
Hi, Mikel. How good must it feel to lose a star player in Gabriel, and then having Capin come in and not miss a beat in the biggest derby of the season?
Yeah, well, big credit to Piero, because that's a massive challenge to have your Premier League debut starting against your biggest rivals in a really special day against top players up front to replace Gavi. It's not easy at all. He did it in a really convincing way. That's his personality. I'd said before, he's a warrior. He's somebody that faces any challenge, and he's certainly that on Sunday.
And we'll go to Davide from Gazzetta dello Sport.
Hi.
Do you think Arsenal is ready to be considered one of the elite European team, or you need to make a step like beating an already established elite European team like Bayern?
I don't know. If you talk about performances and consistency, hopefully yes. But to consider that in terms of the trophies at that level, I mean, we have never won the Champions League in our history, and Bayern Munich 6. That's why 6. Thanks for your support. So we are not there. We compare with Real Madrid at a different universe. So we're gonna get there.
Okay, and finally in the As Live, we'll go to a question here from South Africa.
Mikel, obviously each win for the club brings a new set of belief, and how much would beating Bayern Munich be a statement that Arsenal can challenge on all fronts this season? Because obviously there's a lot of optimism around the club, the fans and everyone.
Yeah, we had the same question before Sunday, and great, we won it and we go, and then you finish the game, the next morning is Bayern Munich, and now we're going to do Bayern Munich, and we're going to try to beat them for sure, and then it's going to be Chelsea, and this is how ruthless at the moment the schedule is, how demanding, but at the same time, how privileged we are to be involved in 3 incredible games in 6 days.
Okay, that finishes As Live. We'll go to 10:30 tonight. Kick off with Sam from the Telegraph.
Hi.
Do you fear Harry Kane?
Sorry?
Iba yo para hablar, pero... A ver, lo malo está... Que sabías los idiomas.
Buenas tardes.
Prueba de sonido, probando, 1, 2, 3, probando, prueba de sonido, 1, 2, 3, 4. Esto es una prueba de sonido, probando, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Prueba de sonido, probando. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Prueba de sonido, probando, probando. Esto es una prueba de sonido, probando. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Buenas tardes, bienvenidos a la rueda de prensa oficial de Atletico Madrid. Comparecen Nahuel Molina y Diego Pablo Simeone. Primero contestará las preguntas Nahuel para poder prepararse para el entrenamiento. Aquí, por favor, a la derecha. Ahí abajo, a la derecha. David. Cuando quieras.
Hola Molina, ¿qué tal? David Medina Marca. La lesión de Llorente abre un hueco en el lateral derecho. ¿Crees que es una buena oportunidad para recuperar tu mejor versión?
Hola, buenas tardes. Obviamente la lesión de Marcos es una pérdida importante para nosotros en el equipo, así que si obviamente me toca, siempre con la misma gana, con la misma ilusión de apoyar al equipo y hacer mi mejor trabajo.
Aquí a la derecha.
Nahuel, buenas tardes. Marcelo Doval, de Dosis Futbolera. Tú no has estado pasando tus mejores momentos en el Atleti en los últimos meses. Inclusive la afición te ha estado resistiendo un poco. ¿Crees que esta es una oportunidad muy importante para ti para recuperar esa confianza que has perdido?
Creo que es un partido importante para el equipo. Después lo que pase o no conmigo, bueno, es algo secundario. Creo que lo importante es el equipo, que mañana es un partido complicado y como dije recién, si me toca estar listo para ayudar al equipo y que va a ser muy importante sumar.
Izquierda.
Ciao Diego, Thomas Villa di Rai Sport da Milano.
Nahuel, por favor.
Prima Molina, ok. Cosa ti aspetti di trovare domani, visto che l'Inter arriva da un derby perso e quindi probabilmente un po' più arrabbiata del previsto?
Bueno, me espero un partido difícil. Obviamente ellos vienen de la pérdida del derby, pero siempre el Inter es un equipo muy complicado. Y nada, espero un gran partido para nosotros, con nuestra gente de local, así que creo que podemos hacer un gran partido.
Ciao Nahuel, Tancredi Palmieri, Sport Italia. Incredibilmente un po' da qualche giorno è risuonato il tuo nome anche, ma era già successo in passato, proprio accostato all'Inter. Insomma, se questa è una cosa che comunque sia in un certo senso ti disturba o se comunque sia fa piacere, se il capitolo con l'Italia è chiuso.
Bueno, siempre es lindo por ahí que tu nombre resuene. Hoy estoy muy feliz acá en el club, estoy muy contento y la verdad que no tengo mucho para decir de eso.
A la derecha, Iñaki.
Nahuel, aquí a tu derecha, aquí. Iñaki Villalón para el Chiringuito. Como decía el compañero, ha habido momentos en los que quizás ha estado un poco en entredicho para cierta parte de la afición del Atlético de Madrid. Yo creo que aún así has sabido reponerte una y otra vez y probablemente has dado tu mejor versión casi siempre, pero te quiero preguntar por el Cholo Simeone. ¿Cómo ha sido de importante para darte esa confianza para poder sacar tu mejor versión? Gracias.
Siempre la verdad que siempre me estuvo insistiendo y siempre me impulsó a que siga entrenando, a que siga creyendo en mí, y que él creía en mí también. Entonces, contento con el apoyo siempre, no solo de él, sino de su cuerpo técnico, de mis compañeros. Al final la oportunidad siempre está y hay que saber reponerse cuando uno le toca por ahí estar en un mal momento.
A la derecha, última pregunta.
Hola, ¿qué tal? Nahuel, Nacho Donado para el Club de Uría. Yo te quería preguntar por el último partido que jugaste, que te tocó jugar contra Getafe. Fue un partido un poco extraño porque se lesionó Marcos al principio. Te toca jugar, entendemos, al salir hoy mañana contra el Inter. ¿Cómo hace un jugador para a lo mejor no ser tan protagonista y estar preparado para este tipo de cosas, ¿no? Como que se lesione un compañero y te afecte en un partido, como jugar un partido tan importante sin a lo mejor haber tenido tanta continuidad?
Creo que lo único es estar preparado siempre, no solo cuando se lesiona un compañero o en cualquier circunstancia de los partidos. Hay que estar preparado. Creo que el Cholo es la exigencia del día a día, no solo conmigo, sino con todos. Es lo que te lleva a estar siempre preparado y estar siempre alerta que en cualquier momento te puede tocar, no solo a mí, sino le pasó con Juan también, que entró y lo hizo muy bien. Entonces, es estar preparado, es la mentalidad de estar en el Atlético Madrid y vestir esta camiseta.
Dejamos que Nahuel pueda prepararse para el entrenamiento. Muchas gracias, Nahuel.
Gracias, buenas tardes.
Y continuamos con preguntas para Diego Pablo Simeone. Por allí, por favor, en el centro, Filippo. Cuando quieras.
Hola Diego, Filippo Ricci, Gazzetta dello Sport, buenas tardes. ¿Qué tal se ve el vaso del Inter desde fuera? Si es medio lleno o medio vacío. Han perdido el derby, 4 victorias en Champions, con equipos que están un poco abajo en la tabla. No sé cómo lo ves tú, ¿qué adversario te esperas?
La verdad que el Inter es un equipo que juega muy bien, un equipo con personalidad, un equipo que tiene claro el patrón de ataque sobre todo que posee. Tiene una plantilla increíble. El partido del otro día con el Milan obviamente que lo pude ver, sobre todo el segundo tiempo cuando llegamos después del partido nuestro, y propuso todo el partido, tuvo situaciones de gol, no pudo concretar lo que generó, pero pudo haber ganado el partido seguramente. El Milan aprovechó su oportunidad, defendió agrupado, pero el Inter creo que hizo un partido para poderse haber llevado el partido. En cuanto a lo que está pasando en Champions, los números hablan por sí solos y nos vamos a enfrentar a un equipo que juega bien, que tiene claro lo que quiere y que vamos a tener que llevar el partido donde creemos que le podemos hacer daño.
A la izquierda, Antonio.
Hola, Cholo, aquí a tu izquierda, Antonio Ruiz, Cadena COPE. El Atlético no ha perdido en casa este año, se ha hecho fuerte en el Metropolitano, viene de 5 victorias consecutivas. No sé si el de mañana te parece un test para medir la capacidad de este Atlético de Madrid ante un rival poderoso.
Yo pienso que todos los partidos son importantes, más allá del rival que te toque. Nosotros necesitamos tener una línea continua, que no importa contra quién jugué, sino seguir demostrando nuestro valor y nuestro crecimiento, y en eso estamos, en ese trabajo de partido a partido, intentando mejorar. Tenemos que mejorar en varias situaciones que lo sabemos y lo estamos apuntando, y bueno, ya vamos.
A la izquierda, Pedro.
Hola, Diego, Pedro Fiena, de la cadena SER. El de mañana es un partido importante ante un finalista de Champions de la pasada temporada, un equipo que lleva pleno de victorias, solo ha encajado un gol. Da la sensación que es de esos días donde el equipo necesita dar el 120% acompañado de la afición para poder sacar un partido así adelante, ¿no?
Necesitamos de nuestra gente como siempre, son clave en este camino que siempre hemos recorrido en nuestra casa. Ellos saben que son una fuerza mayor de cara a lo que el equipo tiene que rendir, y los esperamos fuertes, acompañándonos, estando cerca del equipo y nosotros intentando dar el máximo como lo venimos haciendo.
Hola, Diego, aquí enfrente, directo en Radio Marca. Te hablaban ahora de los números del Inter este año en Champions, pero si vamos un poco más atrás, es un equipo que ha estado en finales. Vosotros fuisteis los últimos en tumbarle en una eliminatoria doble partido, pero viene uno de los grandes de la competición. No sé si de cara a mañana eso es un partido especial, un partido más duro si cabe, y si te recuerda en algo a aquella eliminatoria de hace 2 años, aunque el componente evidentemente sea diferente porque no hay una eliminación en juego.
Bueno, hay futbolistas que repetirán aquel partido que se jugó. Todos los partidos está claro que no son iguales, tienen siempre otro patrón. Hay otro entrenador que ha cambiado algunas cosas, no muchas de lo que venía haciendo el equipo anteriormente, pero sí ha cambiado situaciones que se ven dentro del juego colectivo del equipo. Me gusta mucho la plantilla que tiene el Inter, es maravillosa. Tiene recambios a los que vieron el partido con el Milan. Toda la gente que entró en el segundo tiempo, importantísima para su equipo, así que tendremos que estar atentos a su valor y obviamente potenciar el nuestro de cara a lo que vamos a ofrecer mañana.
A la izquierda, Iñaki.
Hola, Diego, Iñaki Dufour de la Agencia F. Yo quería preguntarte por si tanto Oblak como Juliano, o uno de los dos, están aptos para ser titulares mañana. Gracias.
Mira, recién acabo de llegar ahí al vestuario, todavía no hablé con el doctor, así que me informaré en breve y seguramente después saldrá en la convocatoria si están o no.
Hola, mister. Buenas tardes. Javier Diego, Radio Nacional de España, aquí en el medio. Pregunto otra vez, exigencia. Desde dentro del vestuario supongo que siempre será la misma, pero desde fuera sí se ha visto un cambio, un viraje. Dijo Gilmarín hace algún tiempo que el tercero ya no era opción, sino que era obligación, y Cerezo el otro día dijo que se necesitaban títulos. ¿Tú eso lo percibes? Supongo que hablas con ellos, ¿lo percibes? ¿Cómo lo manejas dentro del vestuario? Si no ha cambiado nada, si os cambia algo, eso. Gracias.
Yo siempre fui una persona que cuando tengo gente superior que me pide cosas, intento siempre acercarme a lograr esos objetivos y no cambiaré. Seguiremos buscando, si ellos piden eso, acercarnos a lo que ellos necesitan.
A la derecha, Luis.
Hola, Diego, ¿qué tal? Buenas tardes. Quería preguntarte, mañana va a jugar, o entiendo que igual es un partido para jugadores como Coque, ¿no? Por la experiencia, por todos los partidos que lleva con el equipo. ¿Cómo ves que un jugador como Coque, que a lo mejor partía con menos minutos al principio, ahora sea tan principal y con la edad que tiene, a lo mejor jugar cada 3 días le puede afectar en su rendimiento? Gracias.
Bueno, en principio creo que cuando arranca la temporada nadie sabe los minutos que va a jugar porque todo depende de su comportamiento partido tras partido. Está claro que Coque es un jugador importantísimo dentro de la plantilla y cuando está bien aún más. Y creo que estamos controlando muy bien sus cargas de partidos y bueno, ojalá que siga manteniendo el nivel que tiene porque nos está ayudando muchísimo y porque en su necesidad es seguir estando en la misma línea como ha estado en estos 700 partidos.
¿Quién es el centro?
Buon pomeriggio, mister. Ormai diversi anni fa disse...
Quanti?
Diversi anni fa disse tutti sanno che prima o poi allenerò l'Inter. Volevo sapere se a distanza di tempo nutre ancora questa convinzione.
Veramente no sicuro porque no dependerá de me, pero en el camino de allenatore che avrò mi immagino un periodo nell'Inter, sì.
Ciao Diego, anche di Palmeri Sport Italia. Menzionavi i cambi da un allenatore all'altro, senza dare ovviamente troppe piste. In che maniera secondo te Chivu ha cambiato l'Inter di Simone Inzaghi? E poi, visto che ti chiedevano dell'Inter, 27 anni fa oggi battevi il Real Madrid con l'Inter in campo accanto a Roberto Baggio e quindi se insomma, oltre all'Atletico è davvero l'unica squadra che potrebbe darti quel tipo di emozione.
Bueno, me ricordo sì quella partita bellissima. Baggio aveva giocato una partita straordinaria, che giocatore Baggio, mamma mia. Dopo, qual era l'altra domanda che mi hai fatto in realtà? Sì, no, lo del TV. Guarda, è difficile spiegare a voi quello che voi vedete tutti i giorni. Noi vediamo in delle partite che guardiamo in quanto stiamo vicino a giocare contra loro. Dirgli quello che ha migliorato o no, non lo dirò. Simplemente hanno cambiato cosa e voi la vedete tutte le partite.
Ultima pregunta, a la izquierda.
Ciao Diego, Thomas Villa di Rai Sport, ciao. Quanto ti preoccupa il fatto che insomma, l'Inter abbia perso tanti scontri diretti, tra cui il derby, e che insomma, abbia proprio la necessità di fare risultato domani?
È chiaro che una squadra come l'Inter, dopo perdere il derby, fa chiuso subito in quella partita e si mette a pensare in pieno in Champions, dove sta molto bene, dove è arrivato a 2 finali in poco tempo e che ha una squadra fortissima. E è chiaro che sarà uno dei candidati a vincere la Liga in Italia y en Champions ser fuerte como lo está demostrando.
Damos por finalizar la rueda de prensa. Muchas gracias, Diego. Muchas gracias a todos. Buenas tardes.